Hola guys, and welcome back to our YouTube channel. Today we are back with an how-to video, and in this video we are going to show you how to create your own Vodafone M-Pesa Mastercard. So let's dive straight to it. Now before we start this video, I'd like to mention that this video is not sponsored by Vodafone or anyone else, but hey, in case Vodafone, if you're watching and you'd like to drop a sponsor, please feel free to reach out to me. Now before we start learning how to make your own M-Pesa Vodafone Mastercard, let's learn a little bit about Vodafone's M-Pesa Mastercard. A Mastercard is a globally accepted card that allows cardholders to make payments. In order to qualify for a Vodafone M-Pesa Mastercard, all you need to do is set up a M-Pesa account. Once your M-Pesa account is registered, you are automatically eligible to apply for a Vodafone M-Pesa Mastercard. Now it does not matter if you are a postpaid user with Vodafone or a prepaid user with Vodafone. As long as you have a registered M-Pesa account, you will be able to apply for a Vodafone M-Pesa Mastercard. At the moment, the card is available at no cost to the first 100,000 registrations. After the 100,000 registration, there will be a $5 registration fee and a $24 annual fee, which will be deducted monthly from your M-Pesa account. So basically $2 every month. Once you've submitted your application, you will be notified through SMS within 72 hours if your application is approved. Now once your application is approved, you will be able to use the virtual copy of the Mastercard through the M-Pesa app. If for some reasons your application is not approved, you will be advised on what steps to take. Now let's talk about the transaction limits. For international transactions, there will be a monthly limit of 5,000 Fijian dollars. Now your international transactions includes your Netflix payments, your Amazon shopping, or any other international transactions. You can also use this card internationally with merchants that approve Mastercard. In case of payments above 5,000 Fijian dollars, you will need to get an approval from RBF. On the other hand, for local payments, there is no prescribed limits. However, for payments above 10,000 Fijian dollars, you will need to get an approval from RBF and FRCS. Now, one other important thing that is worth mentioning is that if you have lost your card or if your card has gotten stolen, all you need to do is have access to your M-Pesa account. You can access your M-Pesa account through your smartphone, and using your smartphone, you can enable or disable your Mastercard. Once your Mastercard has been disabled from your phone, no one will be able to access your funds. Alright, so those were some of the important things about Vodafone M-Pesa Mastercard that you should know of. And now I'm going to show you how to make your own M-Pesa Mastercard. Now the first thing that you have to do is download the M-Pesa app on your smartphone. It is supported on both Android and on iOS, so you don't have to worry about the compatibility. Once you have downloaded it, go ahead and open it. Now I have already signed into an account. You will also need an M-Pesa account, a valid M-Pesa account, in order to create a Mastercard. Now you can already see that there is one pop-up over here that will directly take you to the Mastercard registration process, but if there is none over there, you might click on this little icon over here. Now the application process is quite simple. You only need to fill out some of these details, which I will take you along. Now some of the things that you may need to fill out over here is your first name, your last name. Your middle name is optional at this point. You will need to select your date of birth. Your gender is compulsory as well. Also, you will need to state whether you are a citizen of Fiji or you are a non-citizen of Fiji. Occupational industries. Now if you are a student, what I did was I filled out the occupational industry most relevant to my studies. However, if there is not an option that meets your occupational industry, you can always go and click on others. You will also need a TIN number, so you will have to enter a valid TIN number in order to move to the next step, and you will also need to write down your address and contact information. So let's fill that out and let's move on to the next step. Now once you have filled out your personal details, the next step over here is going to be to answer some security questions. Now these security questions are essential as they will be used to verify your identity when you call Vodafone's customer care for queries. Now the security questions are already provided. You just have to choose which questions you would like to answer and then just fill in the answer. Now I do suggest selecting a question that is right at the back of your mind, so that in case if you do forget what your security question was, after hearing the question from maybe the Vodafone customer care services or the app itself. Just by hearing the name of the question, you will be able to remember the answer. And if you think that there is a probability that you might forget what question you answered and what was the answer to it, I highly suggest that you write down the question somewhere along with the answers, because this is going to be very essential. Now, once you have answered the security questions, the third step over here is going to be upload some IDs. Now, the recommended IDs are a driver's license or a voter registration. However, if you do not have either of those, you can click on show secondary options and it will show some other options of IDs that you can upload. Now, if you have one of the recommended IDs, I would definitely suggest that you upload those. However, if you do not have any of the recommended ones, you can always opt for the secondary ID options. Now, there are also going to be some additional documents required other than your ID, which are stated in whatever type of ID you are choosing to go with. So for instance, if you're choosing a driver's license ID, you will need to also upload your TIN card or your TIN letter. So let's upload our ID and move to the next step. So as you can see over here, I have uploaded one of the recommended IDs, which was the voter registration along with the TIN card number. And let's move to the next step. Now, this is going to be one of the most important parts when you're going to apply for a Vodafone MasterCard. You will be required to take a selfie of yourself in a clear background. Make sure that you have good lighting and that the photo is clear, it is not blurred in any way or type, because they will use this photo of yours to verify with the other documents that you have provided. So let me go take a quick selfie and I'll be back. And that was the final step. Once you have uploaded your selfie, you will be given a terms and condition of the Vodafone MasterCard, which you can have read through, which I believe most of us have definitely done it. And the very last thing that you will need to do is add a signature. Now, if you have a phone that has a stylus in it, this does give you a slight advantage, but if you don't, that's okay as well. You can just click on add signature and write your signature with your finger. Now, once you have inputted your signature, you will be given an option to choose your card design. You can either go with the gold card or the space gray card. Personally, I love the gold aesthetics of this card, so I went with the gold card. If you want to go with the space gray design, that's totally fine as well. It's all up to you. But for myself, I'm going to stick with the gold card. Now, you will need to select the nearest Vodafone location to you, so that once your physical card is ready, you can go ahead and pick that card up. Now, I think in my case, the best choice over here is going to be Vodafone MHCC. So I'm just going to choose that as my location. And there we go. Our application has been successfully submitted. Request is in process. Usually it takes a few weeks for this MasterCard application to be submitted. In my case, when I applied for it, it was really quick. I had got the MasterCard within a week. However, I have had friends who said that their MasterCard took more than a week, more than 2 weeks at times, and even more than a month. So I would recommend that if you do not hear back from Vodafone within 2 weeks, to give them a quick call and just check the process of your application. Now, once your application has been completed, you will get your card, something similar to this. I think this looks absolutely amazing and it is so convenient. I use it all the time. Now, I've used this card multiple times for online shopping and even in local stores, and it has never given me any issues, no problem whatsoever. I really appreciate Vodafone taking the initiative to make a MasterCard that we can use through M-Pesa. I really hope this video has helped you in one way or another. Do share this video with your friends and families who are wanting to make an M-Pesa MasterCard. You can also leave a comment down in the comment section if you want us to make any other how-to tutorials. Now, that was all for today's video. If you've enjoyed this video, please consider giving us a like and subscribing to our YouTube channel. Until next time, peace.